Welcome, welcome everyone. New time, new place. Thursday nights instead of Tuesday nights and 6 instead of 6:30. Trying to get y'all in bed a little earlier. I am Pam Savage with Young at Heart Creations. Tonight we are going to, I bought this when we went to Laurel last fall, and it's the initial P. This is frontwards for you, so that's the back of it, but that is the monogram P. So I've gone ahead and base coated it. These are the colors kind of in my bedroom. This is the color of my bedroom. I don't have a lot of things that are dark, this dark teal, but hello. I think, looks like I'm in jail, but I think it'll go okay, or I may put it in a sale. I don't know yet. So I'm sure there's lots of people out there with last names that start with a P or first names that start with a P. Patricia, Patty, Penelope, Pam. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. So say hello when you come on. Let me go ahead and get you pulled up on my iPad so that I can see your comments. Oh, that came up fast, so I hope it works tonight. We are experiencing incredibly high winds. I was sitting in my bedroom on my bed doing some stuff on my laptop, some training and things of that nature, and the wall was actually shaking. That's how hard the wind is blowing. So I hope it doesn't mess us up tonight. So say hello when you come on. I've got a little bit of a squeaky voice, but I think we'll get through it. A little bit of a different angle, trying to get my ring light to where what I'm working on is not shadowed. But I've got so many things to tell you that are going on. You've been seeing my posts and things on my Facebook page, and it's been a busy week. I don't understand Facebook. I understand that they're having some kind of a glitch is what I was told, but my percentages were up 260 something percent, and the very next day it dropped to negative 60 something, and I had 49 new followers in the last week and a half, and more videos, more lives, more posts. So I don't know what made the numbers drop, but from what I'm understanding, everybody else is experiencing the same thing, so it has something to do with Facebook. Okay, what we're going to do tonight on this, I'm thinking, I hope it works out. I've been kind of practicing with some little flowers that I'm going to put in the center, and then maybe just some polka dots or something on the outer edge of it. But let's go ahead and get started. Tell me hello so I know that you can hear me. See if this angle will kind of give you a little more light. And it may just be the phone too. So I'm going to try a few different angles. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to start with this little, it's just a little, used to be a filbert. Doesn't really look that great, but I think I'm going to try it and see what I can get out of it. If not, I've got another one over here that we can use. And I'm going to start out with Wildberry. And all of my paint tonight is Deco Art, so I'm going to start out with Wildberry as the base for the flower. And I'm just going to put a few just here and there on the letter itself. And then we'll do our polka dots after that. So what has everybody else been doing? Anything exciting or fun happening to you this month or last month? Okay, I'm going to see what this one does, because it looks pretty ragged. I think it might be okay. This raspberry is a little bit thin. The paint is not quite. I'm going to see if maybe shaking it up will help a little bit. Okay, that did make it thicker. It was just real runny, and I don't want that. So we're just going to do, I thought about doing rosebuds. I thought there's no way I'll finish that in time. So let's just put some flowers here and there. But post, hi Tammy, how are you? So post anything happening in your neck of the woods that you've been working on, or anything exciting. As y'all can tell, I have had lots of things going on just kind of all at once. And I am just making little swirls, and I am going to use a different brush. The hairs in that one are just getting everywhere. So let's go to, I don't think I have another small filbert. So we will just use this size and see if we can make it work. This is Low Cornell number 4. So we'll see if we can make that work. So I'm just making some petals, kind of some just comma strokes, backwards and frontwards number 3s. Some will have 5 petals, some may have 6. So we're just going to get the base on them. Y'all know one of the most exciting things happening in my life right now is our new grandbaby that will be here before you know it. All right, Tamara Bennett saying she's going live. I'm getting a text message. And some of the flowers I'm going to have going off of the wood of the letter. Just making little swirlies. And it'll look more like a flower when we get done. Remember, trust the process. So this Saturday, I will be going live at 4 o'clock. Make a note of this because I would love for you to come on and just say hi, give a heart or something just to help support. This is the only the second time I've ever gone on somebody else's page to do a live. And once we do the live, when we finish painting, they're going to auction off everybody. I think it's all day long. I'm not sure, but it's on my Facebook page here. But they're going to auction off each. There's 7 of us, and they'll auction off what each of us has made. Well, I've never done that, so that's going to be new. So I'm a little nervous, but so I need my homies. I need everybody to support me and say hi, Pam, and just there's some great painters on there, and I'm a little nervous to be in that mix, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to do it. I am so determined to step outside of my comfort zone. So I'll be doing that at 4 o'clock. So take a note. It is on the page of, let me say this right, Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. Marketplace is all one word. So Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. And these are the easiest flowers ever. Well, I don't know. The one we're going to be doing at the paint party on April 28th, which is another thing. We've got 7 now that are going to that paint party. We had 8, but one lady had to back out. She was going to come, but something came up, so she's not going to get to be there. So we're from 8 to 7, which is still a great party. That's a great number, and I'm very excited. So that's April the 28th at 11 o'clock. Deadline to register is the 15th, which is next week. So if you were on the fence about coming, not sure, or just trying to make up your mind, just know that April the 15th is the last day that you can register. So be sure and get it done before then. Bring a friend, have some fun. Okay, so we're going to do some tiny little flowers over here. Let me think how I want to do that. Because this gets very small right in here. I probably really don't even have to put any on the swirlies. Let's do one here. There's a backwards 3, one on top, another backwards 3, and then one at the bottom. I might do some vines or something. I'm looking at it here. Okay, let's go ahead and be putting a second coat. Oh wow, had a bunch of you hop on all at once. Hi, Miss Tammy and Sheila, Laura. If this is your first time to be on my page, please say you're a newbie and where you're from, your name. Nope, you're not the only one watching. Where is everyone? All right. Hi, Miss Annette. Thank you for watching. Diana, Teresa. There's Miss Cindy. I'll try to get on and watch. I have to set an alarm. I know. I've got to set an alarm to remember. No, trust me. I won't forget. Do you have any tips for a warped door hanger? I have one that I've tried putting heavy things on. Okay, Laura, when you put something heavy on it, do you wet the board? When I have one like that, I wet the board. I don't get it just soaked, but I get it pretty wet, and then put something heavy on it and leave it overnight. Sometimes it just depends on how warped it is. It might take more than overnight. But I always get, especially those Dollar General ones, they are, or Dollar Tree, they are so thin. And they warp easy. So I've had to do that with them a lot. Oops, got a little piece of fuzz. So try that. Try getting it wet. You might even just put it in the bathtub a couple of minutes and let it soak. And then really put some heavy things on it. That's the only thing I know to do. I have had some that even that didn't work, and I had to just, you know, I finally had to just cut them down and make something else out of them. Smaller things. But that's frustrating. Again, if you just hopped on, I'm using Deco Art Wildberry. This is the initial P for Pam. Or if I sell it, it could be for whatever your name is. Patty, Paula. Okay, so what all is, oops. So I've got that going on this Saturday. Got my paint party April the 28th. In-person paint party here in Sherman, Texas. It's only $35. Read through my page and you'll see what we're painting. The only thing you need to bring is a snack or your lunch. We'll work through lunch. It's going to be so much fun. And so got that. My new grandson that's going to be here in, I think he'll be here in June. He's not due until July the 2nd. But I think he's going to make his appearance on at the end of June. So we'll see about that. And then I'm doing Tamara, teaching at Tamara Bennett, Southern Adornment Decor, Southern Adornments Decor, and teaching at that one July the 15th and 16th, I believe. I'll have to look at my calendar. I'll be there, Tamara, if you're watching. I promise. I know the dates. I'll be there. And then I had a manager from a very nice venue in Kaufman, Texas, contact me, and out of that, 2 large parties have been booked. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm taking a course this week to learn more about having a membership. Several of you have contacted me and said, please do a membership. I'll join. And I've been too scared, so I didn't even think much more about it, but I am thinking more about it now. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Miss Heather. Heather's coming to the party. Let's see. This is one I ordered from somewhere. Can't remember. I've had it a year, and I think I stored it wrong. We'll try that with getting it wet and see if that will help. It's not going to hurt it. I mean, if it's warped and you know, you already can't use it, it's worth giving it a try. So I think what I'm going to do here is make some little vines, and then we'll put the colors on as some smaller flowers. I don't have a pattern for this. I'm just kind of winging it, doing it as we go. So we'll see what we end up with. All right, I'm going to put one more coat on that. And I've also almost got things in place. Y'all would be so proud of me. I'm proud of me anyway. You guys know how technically challenged I am. I am just not a technical person. Everybody does it for me around here. Well, I got online and figured out how to get my shipping invoicing set up. And I just watched YouTube videos on how to do it. My sweet friend Kim Madison helped me with getting shipping supplies and telling me the best place to go to get that. So I'm hoping in the next week or so to have my first live Facebook sale on some of my spring items and some things like that. So y'all, things are changing and I'm so excited. Y'all have encouraged me so much, and I appreciate it. So I'm hoping to give back to you guys. If I do a membership, it will be a very, no, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when I do a membership. I'm going to think positive. It will be very low cost. So I'm hoping that will come in the works at least within the next year. Okay, so we've got our base coat on our flowers, and that was the wild berry. I'm going to set that over here so I don't get them mixed up. And then next we're going to put some country red, and I'm just going to use this small little round, it's almost a liner brush, but it's actually just a small round. I can't even tell what, it's a Low Cornell #1 round. I've had it for years. All of my Low Cornell brushes I've had for forever. They are my favorite. Okay, so this is the country red. It's a little bit darker than the wild berry. And we're just going to go around and make some little comma strokes just all over. I'm going to start up here on this top one, and I'm going to make a center, just some parentheses. And when we start getting the different colors in there, it'll start popping. So we're just going to make some little commas here and there. No really rhyme or reason where they are. I'm just going kind of in a circular motion. And this one is kind of half on, half off. Those grandbabies and great-grandbabies are so exciting. Born last month. This will be our 7th. We haven't had one in a little one in 7 years. Our youngest one will be 7 years old next month. Oh, shingles. Oh, I've heard that is so painful. I'm so sorry. Heather, I will be sending an email out probably next week to you ladies, just giving you a little more direction on where to go, and just reminding you of some things about the party. So watch for an email. And Susan Easters, if you are on here, let me know if you got your happy mail that we sent out last week. I've got a picture of everything I sent, but I don't want to send it until I know that you've received it. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, so I've already, just with this, it already looks so much more like a flower. So I can hold it up enough there. Okay, and simple little parentheses where you want your center to be, and we'll put some little dots in that here in just a little bit. And then just around. And we'll have to do some leaves. But these, I love these because they are very quick to do. And you can do them in any color combination that works together. You can put different colors. I'm reloading about every 2 or 3 strokes. Okay, we'll make this one come off. Whichever way your parentheses goes, that's kind of the direction it makes the flower look. Now the flowers that we will be doing at the, oh, let me grab them. At the paint party, it's a different technique. I've got some grass down there, so we'll be doing those. A different technique, but just as easy. And then I'm about to dump them out, but 2 little terracotta pots that you can paint whatever color you want. You can do these in the flowers any color you want. I think that I'm going to do one that looks like sunflowers. Little sunflowers everywhere. I did one with big sunflowers, but I think I'm going to do one with the little sunflowers. Okay, so we've got that color. Gives us another layer. Let's dry that just a little bit. And now we're going to do 2 more colors. We're going to do Cactus Flower. It's a little bit lighter pink. This is a big piece. It's kind of hard to get up there. Let me bring you. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better. A little better what we're doing here. Sorry to be moving you around. I bought this. Laura, I bought it. We went to Mississippi and it was so funny. I ran across, we went to eat. We drove, I forgot where it was, the town it was in, but we drove over to the beach. We were in Laurel, Mississippi, and we drove over to the beach, which was about, I guess it was about 2.5, 3 hours away, and we stopped in this restaurant, and then I saw a little store next, there was a little shopping strip, and I saw some door hangers outside, and I immediately recognized a couple of them as Tamara's. So I thought, I've got to go in here. This has got to be a PC sister, you know, or she at least follows Tamara. So I go in and I'm looking around, and she starts just kind of looking at me but not wanting to stare. And she finally said, I've seen you somewhere. Where have I seen you? And come to find out, she was a follower. She has been on my Facebook page, watched some of my lives, and you know, that was just so awesome to be totally away from home, hours and hours away from home in a different state, and somebody recognizes you from your lives. So, I mean, that just absolutely made my trip, of course. And so we got to talking, and yes, she definitely was part of Painters Clubhouse, and had been following Tamara for a while, and it was her store. So I didn't need anything. Did not need anything. But I was not going to leave there without buying something to support her. So I bought a couple of different things. I bought this and then a Christmas piece that I will paint sometime in the near future. Okay, so here's what we're doing now. I know it's hard for you to see all the details, but then we're going to put a little bit of white in it. So let's get our other three going here. I'm going to put a small in there and make that our center. So it was a wonderful feeling to do that. We had a very nice visit. I've got her receipt in my books. And I need to look her up. Hope she made it, her business made it through COVID. I've got my door open, you guys, so that I'm not getting too hot in here. So you might hear my hubby rattling around down there. He's so sweet. On my live nights, I usually have something that I've made the day before that he can just warm up for supper, or I've cooked something in the crock pot that's ready for him. And a lot of times he'll just fix himself breakfast so that he's not interrupting me. And I usually have the door closed, so you might hear him. He's eating, and then he has the fun task of getting our taxes ready. Ugh, I dread it. We always have to pay in. Okay, so now that's 3 layers. We had the wild berry, then the country red, then the cactus flower pink, and now we're going to put just a little bit of white. And I'm going to use one of my small, tiny little liner brushes to put the white in, because I have less room. And I don't want to paint over all the other ones that we did. So I've just got Delta Ceramcoat White. And let's put some white in here. And that really brightens it up. Get my brush a little wet. That Ceramcoat paint is a little bit thicker than Deco Art. I love it for covering base coats. Hi, Melinda. Oh, Laura, I bet yours look just fine. Oh, I hope you get to come back to Painters Clubhouse too. I practice like you saw on this before 30 minutes before we went live. I was practicing because I have not done these flowers in forever. And I was just trying to do the color combinations to see what I wanted to do. Okay, and then we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, just some little dots in there, just with the end of the brush, to make it look more like the center. It's way too much water on the brush. Wipe some of that off. I'm using my finger, the bottom of my finger here, to kind of give me a guide. Reloading about every 2 to 3. Trying to get on the outside of the petals as well. And some little dots. What are those called? Stamen? Is that what they're called? It's been way too long since I've been in school. Nothing fancy. But it does give that flower look. And when we put some leaves on them, that's really going to bring them out. I've actually called in my family members to go ahead and put those two venue parties on their calendar because I'm going to need help with those. If you live in the area, it's going to be in Kaufman, Texas, at the Kaufman Civic Center. Look it up. It is so pretty. It's my understanding they haven't had it very long. It's a new building. They've got everything. The tables, a nice area with water, a little kitchen area where it'll be so nice to just get our water where we need it. Then there will be, for I think it was $15, they'll have supper afterwards if you want supper. It's a 2-day event, and I'm just going to be there from 1:30 to 5 or 5:30 on that those Saturdays. They also have craft vendors, and it just sounds like a wonderful, wonderful time. So I am just so anxious to do this one. And I appreciate so much. Stacy Seeley is the manager, and she just found me on Facebook and contacted me. So I appreciate it so very much. She knows Tracy Pounds. I call her the Napkin Queen. She napkinizes everything with Mod Podge. She will be there. She knows her. She's going to have a booth there, so I have a feeling I will be spending some money in her booth. She's got beautiful, beautiful napkins. So I will most definitely probably buy some napkins. So I may end up not even making a profit on my paint party if I go over to Tracy's booth. It's kind of like if I worked at Hobby Lobby. I would never bring home a check because I would spend it before I got home every payday. Almost through with little squigglies. And then we'll put some leaves on them. I'm going to save the outside till last so I'm not rubbing my arm across it. On the this Saturday on the virtual home decor marketplace. I have to think about it. we have to paint our piece in 40 minutes because the last 5 minutes they'll have the auction on them. You're not obligated to bid at all. My support, I just need you on there telling me hi and just letting me know that you're there. A heart or two would be appreciated, but and then I know you're going to want to watch the other ladies before, and I think there's one after me, and check out their pages as well. Okay, let's put our dots. But y'all know me, I've never ever painted anything in 40 minutes. So I'm going to get a lot of the prep work done ahead of time and just do the details. What I'm doing, y'all have already seen me do it. I'm not going to say what it is because there may be some on here listening that will be watching for the first time and don't want to spoil it. But I'm going to do it with just a little bit different color scheme. Okay, so we've got our flowers there. Now with, let's use Hauser Medium Green. I'm going to need some dark also. So Hauser Medium Green, we're going to put some leaves on here. Let's go ahead and dry those little dots so I don't run my hand all over it. Yeah, I'm afraid I wouldn't have much if I worked at Walmart either. Hi, Miss Crystal. Crystal's one that's coming to the paint party. Yeah, taxes are no fun. I think this would have been pretty just leaving it plain. I just wanted to add a little bit to it. So I would appreciate if you would get on there Saturday, if you can, and watch and just give me a shout out. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so do I want... Yeah. Trying to decide which green I wanted on here, but we'll go with this one. And I'm going to switch to a round brush, a little bit bigger. It's number 3, Low Cornell. And we'll just make our little leaf shapes here and there. We'll do one here. Just kind of little football shapes. You can make any shape you want. And then just fill it in. And we'll come back and put a second coat on it. And let's put one. We're going to make this one going off since the flower's going off. And we can make some with 2, some with 1. Shape that one out a little bit better. And let's go ahead and put a second one on this one. We'll have it coming off. Look how that changed them. And then we'll get some little viney things going here. And that's all I'm doing, is just making that half of a football and then just filling it in. Just going around those petals carefully. I don't want to go over them. Yeah, let's make another one go down. Let me look here. This brush doesn't have a very good point on it, but it's getting the job done. Yay! Okay, well, I hope you get to watch Laura. I would really appreciate it also. There's a couple of posts on my page here about it. If you would please sprinkle that to your media. I can't say the S-H-A-R-E word. Facebook doesn't like for us to use that word. Not sure why, but they don't. So I use the word sprinkle or spread the love. So if you would do that for me, I would really appreciate it. Same thing on this video. If you would sprinkle it out, I would appreciate that as well. This would be cute in a little girl's room too. Kind of dainty. We'll spice it up here a little bit. I'm not going off the edges with it. Now you could, but for time's sake, I'm just doing the top. It's base coated with, the outer ring is Desert Turquoise, and the inner one, the P, is Spa Blue, my favorite. Robin's Egg Blue, and then Spa Blue are my two favorite blues. Okay, one more, and then we'll put another. I think I'm going to go ahead and put two leaves on those as well. So let's do smaller the flower, the smaller the leaf. The flowers that we will be doing at the paint party are not even this difficult. But you can add a lot of detail to them. If you've been painting a while, a little more experienced, and want to add detail to them, you certainly can do that. We are going to have experienced painters. We're going to have some beginner painters. So it is going to be fun. We'll have a couple of door prizes. I guess you would call, it's not big, but it is the main door prize. It is one of the little mini steam irons that everybody's been Mod Podging with. I'm going to make this leaf a little bit bigger. I looked a little lost there. Okay, now let's add a second one. I've got a little bit of cleaning up on the edge here to do where this brush went off the side. But very easy to fix. When my husband's doing taxes, I'll have to go down and help a little bit with my business stuff, but I don't know if I want to. I may take a really long time to finish this tonight. Maybe by midnight he'll be done and I won't have to help him. Isn't that terrible? Well, honey, what was this expense? Oh, I don't know. Everything here says HL. What does HL mean? Well, it could mean Hobby Lobby. So thankful that he is retiring in November and taking over all the bookkeeping for me. I've been doing it all, but he is so good. That's what he went to college for, is accounting, bookkeeping, all that good stuff. So I am more than happy to turn it over to him. Okay, let's try that, and then we'll put a second coat on. Hi, Miss Cindy. Your niece is teaching a drawing class at Crystal Bridges on Friday night, and I'm going, so I won't be able to watch. Tomorrow night. It's a drink and draw. I hope they have non-alcoholic beverages. I don't drink either, Laura, and I don't allow alcoholic beverages at my parties for a lot of reasons, but one especially, liability reasons. You know, if somebody is drinking at your party and leaves and has a wreck, you can be held liable. So I sure don't want any of that. Okay, well, let's put a second coat. Second coat should go on much faster. Look how that changed it. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors. Like, I get as excited as y'all do because like I said, I didn't plan this, so I wasn't sure the colors I was going to use and what. So it's kind of a surprise to me too. And then we'll do a little bit of shading on the leaves. All right, I'm going to make that one a little bit bigger because I got off. Okay, fixed like it never happened. My grandson Logan and Angela will be coming next week to spend the night with us, and it'll be on my painting night on Thursday, so not sure how we're going to do that. May talk them into getting on here with me. You never know the mood that Logan's going to be in. He may be all for it, and then he might be super shy and say, nope. my little seeds that I planted last week. I have on an old sewing machine, the pedal sewing machine, the old antique kind. I have a base of that, of one that I got in an antique store, and it's got a big metal trough on it, and that's in my flower bed, in one of my front flower beds. So this, I usually get already get plants and plant the full plants in there. This year I decided to try some seeds just to see what it would do, and they are just coming up everywhere. We had torrential rains last week during the storm, and I mean like a foot of water here and there. It was a lot of rain. And so now with the sunshine that we've had in the last few days, those seeds are popping up everywhere. I'm so excited. They're supposed to be multiple colors, very hardy, and love full sun, and that's what I've got them in. They get a lot of sun. So I'm hoping I get some pretty foliage out of it. Just trying to smooth that paint out just a little bit. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks, Miss Sharon. Sharon's another one that's coming to the party. You've got until the 15th for somebody to register. So if each one of you just brought one friend, that would be all of the boxes that I have. I do suggest you get a better round brush. This one's, some of the bristles are going the opposite direction of what they should be, but I'm already using it, so I'm going to finish up with it. Go ahead and fill that in a little more. I can just see just a little bit of the blue. So let those be drying while I'm finishing these down here. But in just a few minutes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers that actually look like flowers, so that's a good thing. Can y'all hear the TV in the background? It's downstairs. I will cover that up with some blue. Went too far with that leaf, so I'll fix that off camera. Right there, that little spot. That'll drive me crazy. So I'll get it fixed. But I'll do that off camera, so I'm not taking up time doing that. Almost done with the second coat. Well, 3 coats actually. Okay, last one. Getting at the base of the petals first. When I got the phone call for the venue, the 2 parties at the venue, and then other things falling into place, I kind of panicked and thought, okay, things are happening really fast. I've got to take a breath. And call on some of my friends for some reassurance. Okay, so I think that's good for the base of the leaves. Get one of my small little bitty brushes to do some shading on it. And we'll go ahead and do some dark shading while that is wet. Oops, let me shake it up good. I made sure the lid was closed. Some of you that are new on here may not have seen the video last year where I went to shake some green and the lid was not on. Good. And paint went everywhere on my live. It went all over me, it went all over the piece, all over the wall behind me. Okay, so I'm going to get just a little bit of that base color on there. This is a very tiny little, I think it's a number 2 Velvet Touch Princeton. It's called a chisel blender. I'm going to get just a little bit of green on that bottom corner. And let's figure out where our light source is going to come from. So we'll have our light coming from this way. So on the bottom of the leaves, we're going to do this dark green. And that's probably going to be hard for you to see on camera. Let's see if I want some there. Put it on the wrong side. So I ended up with dark on both sides, and I don't want that. So I find my words, and at the bottom of my words is where I put my shading color. So I'm just kind of blending in a little bit of that dark. And that dark is plantation pine. There's even a darker green also that's good for shading on greens. Can't think of the name of it right now. I think it's Black Forest. Don't want to forget this little guy. I love this little brush for shading in small areas. Got it at Hobby Lobby. In fact, I went back and bought 2 more when they had them on sale. So I've got 2 that haven't even been opened. Ms. Maria. Maria, are you presenting at Tamara's Live? Didn't I see your name? I'm so excited to see all my painting buddies. I met Maria at a painting retreat. I'd already been following her, but at Erica Wallace's with Wallace House Designs. I met her at that retreat and just fell in love with her, and she's so talented. And let's see, Maria, is it Little Maria's Crafts? Is that the name of your business, your Facebook page? You guys will have to go see some of the beautiful stuff that she does. Okay, brush is getting a little dry, so I'm just going to dip it in my water a little bit. I know this seems tedious, but overall, when you finish and you've got shading and highlighting, it just really makes a difference. Most of my painting parties, now the one on the 28th shouldn't be that long, but when I do detailed door hangers, my parties are usually 3 to 4 hours long. Depends on the detail that we do. So I'm trying to really work on making them not quite so long. So I'm really working on that. Okay, so now I'm going to use Anita's. This is the only one I'll be using that's not Deco Art. It's Anita's Lime. We're going to use that to do the highlighting on the leaves. Doesn't take a lot. Oh, Maria's got beautiful in her studio. Her paintings do beautiful flowers that she's done. They are so, so, so pretty. She does a lot on her cricket. Okay, and that one stands out a little more, so I'm just going to really try to blend it in where the light would be coming. It's almost a yellow, but it's not. I got it right, yay! Making you blush. Oh, yay, so I will get to see you there. I wasn't sure. I need to go back and see what the lineup is, who's going to be there. And I hope we're not so busy teaching that we don't have time to visit. I told her, I said, oh, I want to see everybody. I'm sure we'll have time. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. So you've got the dark on the bottom and then the highlight on the top of these here. And I'm not taking just a lot of pains with it, just getting it on there just to give it the illusion that light is coming down. You could also do it with white, but I just think a lighter color than the base color that you're using just looks a little more natural. But it's just preference. A little much on that one. I was debating on whether or not to get a second ring light. All of you on here that do lives, do you have just one ring light or do you use two? I was trying to reposition this one today, or my camera angle, because it looked like the last few videos I did, it just looked like there was such a shadow on what I was doing that it was kind of hard to see. Last time I bought one, it was this that I've got now, it was like $99, and now they're $111, so they've definitely gone up. Lots of things that I want, but we might wait until after Mr. David does the taxes. But I will say, I keep very good books. Oh, that's nice. This one is dark. I've got bright lights in here, but it's just a bedroom, an upstairs bedroom, and they're not. I've got the daylight bulbs in the ceiling fan, but definitely not bright enough. Without the ring light, I don't think you guys could see what I was doing. Okay, so we're almost done with the highlights. Okay, so I'm going to take my tiny little liner brush and we'll put some veins with that plantation pine. We'll just put some little veins in the leaves. So I'm just watering down what I already had because it had gotten a little bit dry, and we'll just make some little veins here and there. Little bitty detail, but it just makes so much difference. These are the colors I like when I'm making pine needles, like a pine tree. Not putting much pressure at all. Okay, so that's it on the leaves. Look how cute. Okay, so I think we're going to do some vines, and then we're going to do I think we'll put some little dots on it. We'll see. And then we're going to put some I'll let you decide if we're going to put some polka dots. You could put a little bit of black lining in the flowers. I don't always do that though. Just depends on the piece and what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to use that Hauser medium that we used for the leaf, the base of the leaf. Oops, I've still got plenty out here to do some lining work with. So I'm going to get my other liner. Not that one. I thought I'd gotten it out before. There it is. It's a low Cornell liner. It's a long script liner. And I'm going to put a little bit of water. I like when I'm lining with vines and things, I kind of like it to be an ink consistency. It's still not the brush I was wanting. Oh well, we're going to go with it. Okay, so I'm just loading it up on the end. And, okay, I'm nervous. I hope this works. Try to keep you in camera. This is so big. And I'm just making some little vine marks. Okay, we're going to do that all around the squigglies, and then we're going to put some little bitty leaves, tiny leaves, and then we'll put some dots around it. Kind of connecting them here. Reloading my brush each time because I don't want to run out of paint. And let's just fix this leaf right here. We'll make it a vine. Whoops. Then once you put the leaves on it and the little flowers, it's really going to dress it up. Okay, we'll go. I'm going to go see which way that's going to go. Okay, it doesn't look like anything yet. I mean, with the vines, so gotta trust the process. That's what I'm telling myself right now. Trust the process. It'll work out. Okay, I don't think, well, let's go ahead and do that. just have them kind of meet. Hi, Miss Cindy Baker. Oh, I love it when y'all all talk to each other on here. Changed out the fixtures. I don't know if I could get away with doing that in the bedroom, but yes, that would be, I mean, it's my craft room, but there's also a bed in here for guests, so I don't know if I could get away with doing that. It would be nice, though. Well, by the time I get through with this, I don't know if it's going to look like a pea or not. I think it will. A little more water. Okay, now see how I'm letting my arm, not really doing my hand a lot, I'm letting my arm guide me. That's as far as that will go up on my table, you guys, or I would bring you down a little bit more. Okay, I think that's... Okay, now let me decide what we're going to do around here. I may or may not put leaves. I may just put flowers. Okay, I'm going to need a little more white here. All right, I'm going to use my daughter, and I'm just going to here and there put some little white, not all up and down it, but just enough that it looks like some little flowers here and there. And then we probably are definitely going to make some little leaves. Fourth one there. Doing 3 on some, 5 on some. Just all different shapes. Making sure to do them on the end of the vine so that it just gives it a little more finished look. Remember, these dots take a little bit to dry, so we'll kind of let them set up and then we'll hit them with the dryer. Okay, that's adding another layer to it, I think. What do y'all think? I think we'll do maybe some pink centers on them. Just to add a little more color. And I'll just randomly here or there. No really rhyme or reason. Just where it looks a little bare. I'm sure I'm going to drag my arm across one before we're done. Let's put one right in there. Had my first hummingbird yesterday, and I saw some more out there today, so that made my week. Love my hummingbirds. I did post something on, I think I just put it on my personal page, but a lot of people think that it's good to give them honey or something else in their water if you make their own water. But honey or any other kind of sweetener kills them. So you just need white, pure white cane sugar in water. And it's 1 part sugar and 4 parts water. Anything else, especially if it has any kind of red dye in it, is very unhealthy for them. The honey will just, it'll absolutely just, it'll kill them. What it does something to their tongue. The honey keeps it from, they can't retract their tongue back in. And they suffocate and starve because they can't use their tongue. So no honey, just sugar and water. Okay, I don't think I missed one. Okay, so let's go with the darker, let's go with that wild berry. Just in the center of them, just to give it a little, another little layer. So everywhere I did a little dot flower, I'm going to go right in the center. And if you don't have any of these daughters, I got these at Hobby Lobby. They came 6 to a package, 3 to a package, but both end, each end has a different size. So I got 6 different dot sizes. But Dollar Tree has a package with 1 in it, and so you get 2 different sizes. And then we're going to put some tiny little leaves on here, just here and there, and then we'll be done with the pea, and then we'll put our polka dots on here real quick. Looks pretty girly, doesn't it? I guess P could be for princess, if you put it in a little girl's room. I'm not sure what the polka dots are going to look like. I may decide I don't want those on there. That's going to be too busy. We'll do one, and then I'll let you decide. Take a vote. be looking to see if I missed any down there. Whoop, I did. There's one. I think this is the last one. And then we'll do some little leaves. Grab a baby white because that splattered a little bit. Right, no food coloring, anything like that will kill them. Laura, what did you order off of Amazon? I'm sorry. So to keep my baby white wet, I just put it, I have a wet cloth over here, and I just put it under there until I'm done, and I see that I just got some there. So I must have some on my arm somewhere. Yes, I do. Which means I got in a dot somewhere. See if I see one smeared anywhere. Yep, it was that one, but I didn't, this one right here, but I didn't flatten it enough that it matters, so we're good. Those dots take forever. Okay, let me see what brush I want to use to do the little leaves. Grab a drink. While we're letting that dry a minute. Okay, let's try this little round since they're going to be so tiny. So I'm dipping in the Hauser medium green. And I need to decide which way I don't want the leaves to go. And they may go just here, there, and everywhere. Okay, so I'm just making just some little, ooh, just stuck my finger in the white. So I'm just pressing down just to make it look like some little leaves. So pressing down, lifting up, pressing down, and lifting up. So those need to go this way. And I don't think I'm even going to worry about a second coat on them. switch it around here. Okay, so we want... Oh my goodness. I just got in another dot. I think we better dry those right quick. I'm just going to keep getting in them. Okay, so I'm going to do that one. And let me just dry it a little bit. So I'm not rubbing those dots everywhere. Oh, the daughters. Is that what you're talking about? I'm sorry. Oh, that's going to be fun. Twins. 8 and 10 months. Oh, that's so much fun. I love it when mine come and they always expect a paint project or some kind of a craft project. It's usually painting. You want to be careful now. This is very soft. It gets very hot, so I have to keep it kind of moving. But with a hair dryer that has a lot of force, these dots, they're wet and they're in a little mound. So if you get something that's got a lot of pressure, a lot of air, you're just going to blow the paint everywhere. So if I have a hair dryer that I'm using, this is a this is a heated craft tool off of Amazon. I got it because it's so quiet when I do my lives, but I also have a hair dryer that I use, and it's got a lot of force to it, so I hold it way up until they get set enough that I don't have to worry about them. Okay, I think that helped a little bit. Get my brush back out here. Down and up. Press down and lift up. You could do this with a filbert brush. Oh, so many different kinds. You could even use a little liner brush. Down and up. Let's put some here. And then I'll go back through and put a little bit of white or that yellow, that lime color highlight on them. Trying to kind of make them all go the same direction. And again, notice how I'm using my finger, my little finger, to steady my hand. think I'm going to have some spaghetti tonight. I look forward to the supper meal because I love my sweet tea, but I have limited myself to 1 glass a day. So if I have tea at lunch, I can't have tea at supper. All right, I'm going to switch a little bit on the direction here. And I am a huge salt eater. I salt everything. A lot. And I do not do that anymore. I have stopped salting everything. I even have my baked potato without any salt. And I lived. So, making some changes with my high blood pressure. I don't have a choice. I'm having to make some choices. I mean, some hard choices and changes. Okay, I can get a little faster with this now. I know where we're going with it. All right, let's turn this over. Turn it this way. Just pressing down and lifting up. Nothing fancy at all. But it looks, especially when you hold it back, you step back, you can tell it's a vine with some leaves on it. Okay, and then I'll put a little bit of lining with that highlight color and a little bit of that dark color on them. I'm going to let them dry really well though. So see spot we missed, we need one here. Okay, I think that's plenty. Okay, let me hit it with the dryer just a little bit so I'm not running my arm through it again. Oh, I know. I used to keep mine all the time too. They would come and stay 4 and 5 days, and all of them just lived like an hour from us. But our biggest ones are 18 and 19 now, and all working. Okay, so I'm going to let that, I'll do the little details on the little leaves. Once I get off here, it won't take long at all. But I want your opinion on the outside. I'm going to do a circle on it. And see what you think. Just some here and there. Or I could do some of the just the little flowers on it. Okay, so let me get my pouncer and decide. We'll do the spa blue with a little white. Okay, so I'm going to get it all, make sure it's all around it. And I'm going to get most of it off. And we're going to put some white on it. Okay, so moment of truth. Do I want some polka dots? Okay, so what do you think about polka dots on it? Just here and there. Okay, so before it dries, let me hold it up. Let me get rid of some of the bubbles. Let's hold it up this way. Okay. Polka dots here and there, or no polka dots? Yay or nay? You're going to have to tell me quick because it's going to dry. Leave them off. Some are saying good, some are saying leave them off. Hi, Melody. I'm thinking that as dainty as this is, I think the polka dots take away from it. So I think I'm going to go no on the polka dots. I like polka dots on other things, but I just think that kind of takes away from the centerpiece. And that was already drying, so I'll have to paint over it a little bit. Okay, so I've got it flat enough now that I can paint over it. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, that would be pretty. Let's see if I've got a darker color here. I do have a darker color, but it's in the other room. But I will try that. I think that might look okay. The little tool that I have that I love that makes little flowers would also be cute with little white centers. Kind of like that. What do you think about that? Or do you think the darker polka dots? I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off and then paint over it if I need to. You're not being bossy, girl. I just appreciate you being on here. Okay, so here's what we got. This was a big piece. And Tamara, I did it in under 2 hours. Well, I haven't finished the rim yet. I'm gonna have to look at it and decide. I've got to go get my I'll have to get my darker teal. I'm pretty sure I've got some darker in there, and try that and see what it looks like. But I think it turned out okay. I have not done I call these Tamara flowers. She's the first one I ever saw do flowers like these, and she got me hooked. So she's the very first one I ever saw do them, And I absolutely loved them. And for 2 months, everything I painted had these flowers on them. And I love teaching them at paint parties because they're so easy. I mean, you just really can't go wrong with them. And they feel so accomplished when they paint them on their piece. So it's been a great paint party little flower. Okay, so let me see if I can get you back here. Does it look like, well, it's backwards to you. So here's what, it's a P for Princess Pam or Penelope or Patty. I don't know what it, whatever. There's so many different names with P's, but, or maybe Painter's Clubhouse. Maybe it could be that, Painter's Clubhouse. But there you go. Just simple, simple little flowers. Just dressed it up. I had to get this painted because it was taking up some room in my rack. I've had it for a year, so I thought I am just gonna sit down and do it. Get over here and darker, then go lighter by just adding a little white to the blue you use. Yeah, I did add white on it, but that blue is so light. That's what I just did with the white, Tamara. But with that blue, it just wasn't, the blue, that spa blue, so light that the white wasn't showing up. That's kind of what I had in my mind, but the white wasn't showing up at all. So I'm going to play with it and see. I'll take a picture once I finish it. If I, do something else to it, I'll definitely wait and take the picture until I get it done. This is one that I'm going to have to kind of think about in my head, and probably at 2 o'clock in the morning when I get up to go get a drink or restroom, it's going to pop in my head. Oh, here's what you need to do to it. But I am going to go see if I've got some darker paint. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Miss Tamara. I'll go see what I've got and see if that works. But pretty piece. And Tamara, I don't know, you just hopped on. But this piece was when I went to Mississippi, Laurel, Mississippi last year. And we went on to the ocean, drove about 3 hours further. And I noticed a little shop. She had door hangers hanging out front, and they were your patterns. I instantly recognized them. So I went in and was shopping around, and she kept staring at me and looking at me. She finally came out from behind her desk, her little office, and she said, I have seen you somewhere. And so I told her my business. She said, that's it, your Facebook Lives. And I said, well, I recognize you because of, I said, you have to know Tamara Bennett because I see all of her door hangers in here. She said, oh yes, I follow Tamara. I followed her for a long time. And so it was just such a neat connection, hours and hours and hours from my home, and to meet somebody that, that we just had such a bond and a connection instantly. So this is where I've got that. So it is kind of special. I had to buy something from her, I had to support her. So that's what that came from. Okay, ladies, I promised I wouldn't keep you on here real late tonight. Tamara, thank you so much. And guys, we were talking earlier about Tamara's Live that she's having in July. I'll be a presenter there, and she's got, I think, 10 or 11 other amazing presenters. I'm a little jealous that I'm not going to be sitting in their classes, but I've got that on my page here, but it's July 15th and 16th, Tamara, I think. So please, if you have been kind of on the fence about that, go look into Southern Adornments Decor. That's Tamara's page, and learn more about it. I've been to 2 of her lives now, and they are incredible. I cannot tell you how motivated you'll be once you go and meet so many wonderful women. And it is one of the, I guess, the most fun I've ever had in my painting career. I mean, I've been to paint parties, I've been to craft shows, but her lives are just incredible, and you just leave on top of the world. And it's not something like Christmas. You wait and wait and wait for it, and then it's done, and you don't think anything else about it. I still think of things that I learned, and people that I've gotten to be friends with still, that I talk to daily from those lives, and she just puts so much into them. So If you have any questions about it, let me know. And I just want to remind you about the April 28th paint party that I am hosting. We have several women that are coming to that, and we're going to be doing a different flower on these little, let me grab it, on these little Dollar Tree boxes. You can do any color you want to. We're going to have the little terracotta pots that you can paint whatever color, you know, that's going to match your decor or as a gift. You can make them look like sunflowers. We're also going to be doing some Mod Podging, and there'll be some door prizes, and just lots of fun. So if you're close enough to drive to that, it's only $35 for just a lot of fun and some fellowship with fellow painters. So if you're a beginner, you can do this that we're going to do. It's that easy. If you have been painting for a while, you can add whatever you want to make it your own. So either way, from beginning to very experienced, this is going to be a fun project, and I'm very excited about it. So thank you, Tamara, for hopping on, and thank you for everybody else. Hi, Pam. Smaller dots, yeah, that would look cute too. There's so many things. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm going to have to think about it and decide what I want to put on it. But thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it so much. Don't forget about Saturday, the virtual home decor marketplace. It's new to me, and that's a mouthful, but I'll be on there at 4 o'clock. That's this Saturday. And there'll be other painters before me and 1 or 2 after me as well. Whatever we're painting, they will be auctioning off. You're not obligated to bid on anything, but just want you to know that that will be happening. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cute things on there. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful evening and a good weekend. Hope to see you Saturday when I'm on my live. Thank you. Bye-bye.